Hello, welcome to Ordinary Guy Maintenance and Repairs. I'm a regular guy, just like you. I don't do this for a living, and I'm not very good at it. Today we'll be taking a look at my 2013 Volkswagen Jetta GLI with a 2.0 turbo TSI engine to see if it needs a timing chain. We'll be looking through the inspection port on the front side of the engine, which is near the passenger side wheel, to look at the timing chain tensioner, because I wanted to know if I had the old style tensioner or the new style tensioner. First things first, you will need to jack your car up and support it properly on some jack stands. So you can see here that I get under sort of the passenger side to take a look, and that's the side of the engine that we'll be taking a look at. I was wondering if you could get up there and take a look through that inspection hole without taking all the plastic off, and the answer is no. You can see that I'm using a 3/8 ratchet down to a 1/4, converted to a drill bit holder to stick the T25 bit in, which makes it a lot easier instead of doing this by hand. It's way quicker and way easier on the hands. You can actually see here that I discovered that I accidentally left a bungee cord in the suspension on the passenger side from when I did my brake jobs. I installed some slotted rotors with some EBC yellow pads, and apparently I'm a dumbass for leaving this in there. I've been driving around with this for weeks and I totally didn't even know it was there, so I'm glad nothing bad happened and didn't get all wrapped up and break something. But just to show you, I'm a dumbass. There are two tabs once you get all the screws out, one there and one a little bit further down. You can see me jam my thumb in there and then it comes right on out. Here I point out those two tabs, and then I point out all the little screw holes. I don't remember how many screws there are. You just take them out until there's no more to take out. You can see here the obvious oil leak that I have that I should take care of. That's probably coming from the upper timing chain. You'll have to take off the passenger side wheel. It's a 17 millimeter socket that you'll need, and then I would recommend sticking it under the car just in case you accidentally drop the car so you don't kill yourself. There's a bunch more T25 screws in the passenger side wheel well that you need to take out. You can see that I actually forgot some. There's a bunch of them. I don't remember how many exactly, but you just keep taking them out. There's a bunch that are on the underside that connect to the bumper that you need to take out, 2 or 3 down there. And if you just wiggle it out gently, it should come out without much effort. You can see here that that's what we're trying to work towards, but there are a couple more screws that I'll have to take out to get it completely out, so it'll be completely out of the way. All in all, it was pretty simple. I just missed some screws and I was dicking around down there for no reason. So here you can see I point out all of the screw holes with all the screws that you'll have to take out. I'm sure you can probably do this faster than I did, because this took me like 15 minutes to figure out. And just set that aside. So now get back under, and you'll see this is the turbocharger inlet pipe that I'm talking about you having to remove. Pull that little pin tab out. You'll just pull it out so that it's not fully locked. You don't have to take it off. It's pretty simple. This one I just pulled off with my fingers, and then you just wiggle the intercooler pipe off. You can just leave it hanging there. These are 2 T30 screws, and you just take them off with a ratchet. They weren't on there super tight. Then there's another locking tab. Here's just the picture of those 2 screws. And on the other side of the inlet piping to the turbocharger, this pipe here, there's another locking tab that I wasn't able to take a video of because I had the camera strapped to my head and I couldn't get a good angle on it. But you pull that one out on the bottom like this, and then you can just wiggle it out like you saw before. And there's another one exactly on the other side of the pipe that works exactly the same way. Way easier than trying to get that hose clamp off, which is what I tried to do and struggled with it for 15 minutes before realizing there was another pull tab. So that's the little plug you can see there sort of at the top of the frame. This is a better close-up, and we'll be popping that out. I would highly recommend driving your car around to get it up to operating temperature and then letting it cool a little bit so that it's not super hot. because it was pretty challenging to take this off while it was warm, and everything was extremely well lubricated because there is a oil leak at the top of the engine somewhere. I'm suspecting the upper timing chain cover, but I'm not exactly sure. So just jam a little screwdriver in there and be careful to not damage either the pan or the plug. You can buy a replacement plug, but it was easier to just not damage it. So you pop it out, and then you can get an inspection mirror and stick it up there. I actually figured out while doing this, while trying to take a video with my phone, that it was easier to just use a phone to take a video of it as opposed to using an inspection mirror. It was significantly easier. So you can take a look in there and see what kind of tensioner you have. I happen to have the new style tensioner. At the end of the video, there's a picture of both the new style and the old style just for comparison. And I stuck my phone in there and moved it left and right just to get a better view of it. So here you can see the video from that phone that I was using, and ended up just sticking it in there. So this is sort of a POV if you were to use an inspection mirror. It's a little challenging to see inside, but you can make do with counting the teeth like this with a flashlight and an inspection mirror, but it was way easier to just use a phone with a video with a flashlight on the video. So here you can see there's maybe 3 or 4 teeth out past the collar, which isn't too bad, but looks like it should probably still be replaced. I think when it's new, there's only 2 teeth that stick out, 1 or 2 teeth. So some people were saying like 4 or 5 teeth. I don't know what the exact number is. Some were saying that 7 is the exact limit from Volkswagen, but I don't exactly know. But I am at 150,000 miles, so I suppose my time has come. So here's this picture of the old and the new tensioners. You can see the old tensioners has that steel band that wraps around, and the new tensioner has teeth that wrap all the way around it. So you can see obviously I have the new style tensioner, which is pretty great, but it doesn't really matter because I'll be replacing my timing chain anyway, so I'll be replacing the tensioner anyways. In case you want to see, this is the difference between the old one and the new one. I didn't take a video of the reinstallation of all of these pieces because they're pretty simple. All of the parts for this job are on order, so in the future I'll be making a video of how to do the timing chain job, the valve cover gasket resealing, and sort of along with the timing chain job, the upper timing chain cover gasket replacement, so that it'll take care of 1, the oil leak, and 2, the timing, so that my timing doesn't jump and my car will stop leaking oil all over my driveway. Thanks for watching.